So good morning and welcome back to my channel, Mystic Lou's Healing Hut. So I'm doing something a little bit different today. I'm actually in receipt of 2 new decks of cards. So I'm going to be doing a review. You'll have to bear with me. I've never done a review before. However, I feel it is my calling to start reviewing these cards. I see so many cards and I'm like, I like those, but it's not always easy to find a review of them. So every deck that I get, I'm going to be reviewing. I wouldn't say I'm exactly an expert. However, if I just shift my camera slightly, bear with me. As you will see, I have numerous decks of cards. Okay, this is not my full collection. This is just part of my collection. That's why when I say I get excited about getting new cards, I mean it, because it is my passion. I love them, honestly. So, I'm not saying I'm an expert. However, I do have quite a few decks. And so I do feel I have a bit of knowledge about how they feel, how they come across, and all that sort of thing. So here we go. So I am going to be starting with the Gods and Titans deck. Now it is by Stacey Demarco and it's illustrated by Manton. Now, I was drawn to these because I've been looking for some decks to do with divine masculine and divine feminine. But long before I even realised there was a female version, these cards have always stood out to me. I do like the Greek gods and a lot of mythology and other religions and everything, so these to me were like they needed to be with me. So I will just read the back again. I bought these completely on a whim. I felt that I needed them, but I couldn't find any reviews or anything to help me out, so I buy from eBay. I see the front of this and decided they were for me. I wasn't expecting this size. This is like the standard size of a box that you receive. So as you can see, it is one of the bigger ones. So if you're thinking about storage, it's not a normal one that will just go in a normal pile. It is of the boxes that larger size. I would think that the cards are probably the same, but the packaging is on the bigger side. So I'm just going to read what it says on the back. It says, bear with me, I don't know how to pronounce all of these names. Okay, so I'm hoping the guidebook will actually give those to me. So it says it includes 38 cards and a 160-page guidebook. It says, find renewal with Osiris, hone your inventiveness with Vulcan, build confidence with Achilles. So it says, return to a time when gods were really gods and experience the authentic power of the masculine divine through the lives and legends of gods, heroes and other powerful men from around the world. Exactly what I was hoping for. It says, gods and goddesses, the masculine and the feminine divine, were once honoured as 2 halves of a creative whole. A distorted perception of this sacred union has obscured the compassion and protective love of the masculine divine, emphasising aggression and machoism. But now author Stacey Demarco and artist Manton invoke the true balanced nature of the masculine with 38 dramatically illustrated oracle cards and a detailed guidebook that includes the myths and messages of each being, as well as invocations, guidance and limitless inspiration. The ancient yet timeless wisdom of gods and titans will guide you through the twists and turns of life and teach you to use the energy of land, sea, heaven, earth and underworld to solve modern problems. Embrace the genuine spirit of the masculine and discover your own power. So, cellophane's coming off. As I said, I've kept it completely new for us so I could share it. Okay, and this is where I struggle. Do I have some scissors? I think I do, but I shouldn't do that really. Do not take my advice on that. Do not use your teeth, use some scissors. Okay, so the wrapper's off and in the bin. So, nice box. So I said it is of the bigger size. We open it up. Oh, fits nicely on there. Okay. And that's it, just a bit of packaging inside the box needs to come out. So there we go. That looks like the guidebook. There we go. There's the guidebook. Very nice. We'll have a look at that in a moment. Let's firstly get to the cards. Now, I believe these cards are actually bigger than I expected. This is why I wanted to do these reviews, because you never know what you're going to get when you buy offline. I always buy off at eBay. I've never had any problems with any of the cards that I've purchased online. It's just that you can't actually see them in advance. So, right, compared to a normal size card, they are on the large side. I have small hands, so I do actually struggle with shuffling. However, just looking at these, they are going to be fine to be shuffling as long as you do them long ways. If you've got bigger hands, you might be able to do it that way, actually. I can just about get my hands there, and that's what I said, I've got small hands. So there we go, the cards. Now, basically, the first thing you would do is bless these cards, get to know them, etc. But under the circumstances and the fact that I'm only reviewing them, I'm just going to give you a quick look at these. However, before I do anything, I am going to knock any bad energy or anything out of these cards. I'm just going to do 3 taps. I always do 3. I am a Christian. I do welcome all religions. I am absolutely fascinated with all the different religions. I remember doing RE in school, religious education, and the stories and everything that came through. I just loved it. I'm a religious person, but my source is God, and therefore when I knock the energies out of cards, I do 3 for the Father, the Son and the Holy Spirit, so they actually clear the energy of the cards. My personal choice to do with my religion. Okay, so here we go. All right, I'm going to hold these up so you can have a look at the images. Right, the back of them. Oh, I quite like that. Trying to get the light properly here. I don't have the best lighting in this room. I am in the processes of moving to a better room. This is my reading room, and it's actually a cupboard under the stairs. But do you know what? I've got everything in here, and I get a good connection. So if it works for Harry Potter, it can work for me. Right, so there we go. It has a picture of each god or titan. It has their name, and then it has a meaning underneath. So we'll just go through, and each time I'm touching these cards, I'm infusing them with my energy. So when you get a new deck of cards, or Anubis, I know that one, and Apollo. Okay, now basically when you get a new deck of cards, the more time you spend with them, the better they will be, the more they will be infused with your light, your vibrations, your energy, and the better they should work for you. So let's have a look. There we go. That's the one off the front. I don't know why. I always like to know which one is on the front. Okay, so there we go. So it's Eros who's on the front there. And that is all about love. Ah. Okay, so Eros, Ganesha. Can you actually see this artwork? I do love good artwork. I'm not into the cartoony type of things. I do have a lot of Doreen Virtue cards. However, I used them when I was when I first started reading, and they were just what I was drawn to at the time. However, since I've been reading for a while, I'm now coming away from them, and more inclined to go for these types of cards, something a bit different. There we go. Okay. I actually can't read backwards. It's not doing me very good, but there's Odin, I know that one. That's a nice simple one. There's Osiris. And what's that one? That is Renewal. Okay. Poseidon. I'd do better actually. Prometheus. Ra. Aset. I'm hoping that these books, I'm sure this book will actually give me the information I need to know. Thor. There we go. And Zeus. Okay, so that's all the cards with all the pictures. Now what I'm going to do is just have a look. Let's have a look. I'm just going to give them a shuffle. Yes, there we go. Look, they shuffle lovely. Hey, got a few jump out there. Might have been a message. As I said, I've just picked these up, so I'm not sure exactly. Right, we have had, oh look, we've just had one jump out. So we are going to go with Eros. Okay, about love. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the book now. What have we got in here? We have a bit of an introduction, basically just expanding on what is written on the back of the box, which I've already read to you. It tells you how to use the cards. Oh, it's also talking about how to invoke a god to help you, which is quite good. It says tools you may need. It says here is a list of some of the items you may need when choosing to invoke the particular gods featured. You don't need all at once, of course, and you can still get wonderful results in working with a god without any tools at all. But it does actually give you a big long list there of things that you can use to help you connect more with the gods, and it continues on to the second page as well. There we go. There are various spreads, twin spread, full sun 3-card draw, the mountain 7-card spread, and they're all different. They're not the main ones, and that's what I like. I like spreads that are dedicated to each card because you'll get different things from them. Odin's spread. Sorry, the light's not great, is it? There we go. So we've got Odin's spread, and then we get on to the card messages. So let's have a look what information they give us about these cards. Okay, so we're going to go with Eros because Eros has popped out and I mentioned him before as well. And he's on the front of the box. So we'll stick with that. As good a start as any. Okay, so let's have a look. Eros. And it means love. So I am going to read from the book and I'm going to hold this card up for you so you can get the message. Okay, so it says Eros, love. And the little quote is, step out of chaos and allow love to direct all. A new love liberates your mind, body and soul. So that's just like a little paragraph, a little explanation about what the card means just here. Okay. So let's see how it reads, how it flows for us. Right, the ancient Greeks believed that in the very beginning there was only chaos. The universe was but a primordial slush. There was no distinct earth, water and sky, just a chaotic cauldron of everything and nothing. And then infinitely, slowly, more evolved. Distinct energies began to form and liberate themselves from the mass. The first organising influence to leave chaos was Eros, love. Before any other element, air, earth, fire or even water, love came first. Eros is not the chubby cute cherub of later Christian times, but a fully fledged, virile and powerful god of love. In his true form, stunningly desirable man, he is responsible for the lust and ardour facets of love, as well as the responsibilities like trust that come hand in hand with it. In the richly laid story of, is it Psyche and Eros, we learn that true love demands total honesty and open-heartedness. Before Psyche married, an oracle told her that she would have a perfect husband, beautiful in form, yet could never actually set eyes upon him. She married this mysterious man and was very happy with her choice. But she met with her sisters after a time, and they convinced her that her husband must be a monster, ugly as a demon and twice as evil, and this is why he would not show himself to her. Fraught with doubt that night as her husband slept, she lit a candle. The soft light revealed the exquisite form of Eros himself. Eros awoke with a drip of wax from the candle fell onto his skin. Devastated with disappointment, he left Psyche. With complete love comes complete trust, and ultimately the rewards of that are immeasurable. Call upon Eros when you wish to step out of your own personal chaos and organise your life with love. This mighty God will help bring love, build trust in existing relationships, and if you are willing, open a heart damaged by love lost. With love comes forgiveness, and this is hard to do when confounded by love's extreme emotions. Eros left after Psyche betrayed his trust. Happily, Psyche earned back his trust and they were reunited. In his form of, I have no idea how to pronounce this, Eleutherus, the liberator, Eros helps free you from negative beliefs about current and past relationships. Right, it then talks about the side shadow, which is, from the outside, it's easy to see the downsides of being addicted to love. But from the inside, the thrill of the chase, the excitement of being close to someone, the rush of adrenaline can all combine to form a powerful addiction. Love is a wonderful thing, but too much addictive love is not. While love can be liberating, it can also cage us. We may feel tempted to misuse the hold we have over others in love relationships. We may feel as if we are caged, creating a dependency on the other person. We have to be sure we are truly aligned with ourselves in our highest form when dealing with love. Okay, it then goes on to talk about symbols, which are bows and arrows and wings. And then there's an invocation to invoke the presence of Eros into your lives. Yeah, okay, so quite a lot there. Actually like that because it gives you a good story and it gives you a lot to think about. So the Eros pages, it's actually it's the first page. We then have 2 more, and then it ends on the 4th page. So there's quite a lot of information going with those. So I'm actually quite excited about getting moved on to these. Yes, all of them have about three or 4. Found it. They all have about 3 or 4 pages. Now at the back there is a glossary of names, which is very, very helpful because I don't know the names, as I said. I struggle with it. So it's basically, it's got the written name, tells you how to pronounce it, and then it tells you who they actually are. So if we go to Eros, Eros, oh, it's actually Eros, and apparently he's the Greek god of love. So when you pronounce it, it's actually Eros. Eros. There we go. So there's a big glossary of all. Right, okay. The name I couldn't pronounce is actually in here as well. It's Eleftherios. Okay, so that is his form as the Liberator. I might just show the cards. Okay, so there are actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages. So it looks like they are basically, it's not just the people that are actually in the cards, it is anyone who's mentioned within the book. So there's all the interpretations of the names and how to pronounce them, etc. And it finishes with just an about the author, and about the artist. Okay, so I hope that helped you. I'm actually really excited about these. So I said, these ones they've been on my wish list for a while. I've got an eBay basket absolutely full of cards. So as they come along, I'll be buying them, and I'll be reviewing them too. So my verdict, I like them. The fact that they are the bigger size, I do actually see that as a plus for things like videos, if you're doing lives and things like that. And to be quite honest, they do actually feel quite nice in my hands. They're not overly big. I have some tarot cards that are absolutely huge, and it's quite there we go. So there we go. They shuffle nicely. That was long ways or sideways. I can just about do long ways as well. So as I said, I've got small hands. Whee, they're all full now. Who have we got there? Or arrows. There we go. Again. And Ra, power. So those two together, I would say use your loving power. Okay, so I hope this made sense to you. As I said, this is my first review. I do plan on doing some more. I'm going to be doing the Goddesses and Sirens one very shortly. That's actually the twin of this. So these are like my twin flame, divine masculine, divine feminine cards. Okay, so as I said, yes, it's my first review. If you have any comments, please comment. If there's something that you would like to know that I haven't included in this video, then please let me know and I'll see if I can answer. Any suggestions for any future reviews that I do, greatly appreciated. And if you're still here, thank you very much for watching. I hope I've provided you with some insight to help you make a choice. As I said, all my cards are always bought from eBay, so if you can't find them anywhere else, they are on eBay UK. However, I use eBay UK, but a lot of my cards come from Australia because I found a store on there that sells different ones that we can't get over here. So there you go. Gods and Titans. Very happy, looking forward to working with them. Feel good. Fantastic guidebook. I love the little stories. As I said, I've always been fascinated with mythology and other cultures, religions, etc. So these are perfect, just what I was hoping for. Okay, so with that, I'm going to say bye, and I will be back shortly with my review of the twin deck, which is the Goddesses and Sirens. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.